morning, everybody. I have some awesome things I want to show you today. You may have seen a couple of these if you watched my Kmart video on the Nate Guy 1 channel that I just posted yesterday. But I've been trying to really build up my arsenal of things that I have to assist in filming my videos, and more specifically right now those barn videos, because I really need to be able to free myself up from the cameras and from handling the cameras while I'm driving the car and just, looking for cool things to film and looking for the barns. So I've really been keeping an eye out for things that I can get that will really assist in that. If you guys remember, a couple days ago I said that I needed to get some new cameras, a couple more cameras to have floating around the car when I'm out driving around. And I showed you where I bought 3 of these little things here. I keep wanting to call them GoPros just because that's just the basic thing that you call them, Just like if you get a tissue, you call it a Kleenex. I want to call these things GoPros. They're not actually GoPro. When it comes to brand, these are Vivitar, and these are the DVR 794 HD. They're 1080p cameras, and I really like them. I had one of these, this one right here, I got for Father's Day a couple years ago, and it really served me well in filming my skateboarding videos. I was able to put the little waterproof case on and go out and skate in the rain, and I made some really cool skateboarding videos in the rain. Those are some of my favorite ones that I ever did. So that's why I opted for more of these when I was buying some more cameras instead of spending more money on GoPros. Now, I'm sure that real GoPros are a lot better. But these serve the purpose very well, and I knew that they would do that because I had used the one before. So I had bought 2 new ones of those, and I actually got the battery to work on the 3rd one, on the old one. So now I have 3 of those to use in addition to my other cameras. My other cameras, which consist of one, what I'm using right up here to film this, and that is my iPhone 6. Actually, I think it's a 6S, I don't remember. But the other one is my iPhone 5S. And on the back of here, I have stuck a magnet. You can see it's kind of big, but I like it like that because I can actually hold it like this if I need to for anything. And you never know when you might need to hold it like that. But I have a magnet in the car where I can just stick this one right on a dashboard and it faces me, and I can use this one for my face camera. And with that magnet, I can stick it there and just leave it there the whole time. I never have to move it now that I have these other cameras. Before, I was having to take this camera, and I was filming my face with it, and then I would have to take it down, and I had to film the road, and film out here at the side, and over here at the side, and everything else. But the way that I'm getting it all set up now with my new stuff is that I'll be able to leave this one on the dash the whole time. I'll never have to take it off. I got some new stuff that I'm going to show you in a minute that will allow me to set these cameras up on the front of the dash where it's pointing out like this to the side, so it'll get that side view. And if you noticed in the first video that I posted, the barn video with my dad, episode 11, you'll notice where the footage is kind of shaky when it's on the road. And that's because I was using these new cameras, but I had to hold it out like this and film out the front window, and I was kind of, jumping around every time you hit a bump, and it's really hard to hold it still. At one point, I connected it to this handle, and that made it a little easier to handle, because then I'm holding it like this, and it's still bouncing around, every time you hit a little curve or something, it bounces around, but it served the purpose. Same thing out the side window. I would just turn and I would hold it like this and film whatever was going out there. And that wasn't too bad. It helped me hold it a little bit more still, but you still get that little jump, you know what I mean? So I'm trying to get rid of that. What I usually do when I'm filming out the front window is that I'll take my camera, I will hold it up to the rear view mirror. And like the mirror sticks out like this, so I'll put it on like this, and I'll wrap my hand around and hold it so it holds it still. So if you hit any bumps, it bumps right with the car, and you never see that in the video. Or at least very seldom see that. If I hit a big bump and it goes like this, obviously you're going to see it. But holding it on the mirror helps that. So trying to get rid of having to do that, because everything more that I have to do when I'm in the car just puts me at risk for getting in a wreck. So I need to be hands-free. I need to be able to focus on my driving, just reach over and hit record on each of these when I want to record stuff, and leave it at that, not be fiddling around with different cameras. So we got this one figured out here. It's going to sit right there and film me. The other little GoPro cameras, I'm going to show you some things that I got for those. But let me show you this first. I picked this up today at Kmart, and like I said, if you saw that video, you've already seen this. This was only $5. Now, I haven't taken it out yet, but what this is a cradle, a wireless cradle for charging your phone. And the cradle itself is not wireless. You plug it in to the wall, and then you sit it here. And then your phone, you don't have to plug into it. You just set on the cradle, and it charges it wirelessly. So I've been wanting one of these for a while now. And this also even comes with a car charger. So you can plug this in the car if you want to and use it that way. I'm not going to use it that way, but like I said, I've been wanting one of these for a little while, so $5 at Kmart, that was an amazing deal. Another thing I got at Kmart, which helps me when I go out to film. You guys know that I always say, oh, my phone was dying, my battery was dying. Well, I'm trying to prevent that. So I have bought a couple of external batteries that I can charge up and keep with me, and then I just plug into those when I'm on the road and it recharges. And I picked this up at Kmart today too. It was only $10. You plug this cradle in, you set your chargers in there, and then when you're ready to go, you just pull one out, take it with you, and it has enough juice in there to recharge your phone twice. At least that's what it says. $10 for this was a steal. I paid $10 for one of these at Walmart, and I love it. It works excellent. It charges my phone twice at least. So once I get this plugged in and check it out, I will let you know how it works. But I really, really, really hope that it works great, because this was an awesome deal. That will help me to keep the juice rolling while I'm on the road. Something else I picked up just the other day, I actually got this at TJ Maxx, and I bought 2 of these. This is a Samsonite holder. This is actually made to hold your cell phone, and it telescopes. I have one of these out of the package, and I have it telescoped out. If you loosen this up, you can push that back in. It's shorter, or you can pull it back out. This is a magnet on the end here, and it swivels around so you can position your camera. So like if I were to take this and stick it on there like that, stick this to the windshield, then I can aim this wherever I want it. If I want it to be pointing out the front window to the side, then that's exactly what I can do. Or, you know, this also, you can loosen this, and this bends all over the place. It's just a really good little product with a suction cup. And my plan for these is, like I was saying with these little GoPro cameras, to get the side views. So it comes with 2 of these little peel and stick magnets. And the way I figured this out is, this is a little connector right here that will connect to this. It just sits right down in this like that. And what I'm going to do is attach these magnets to this little flat part. That way, there's nothing obstructing the viewfinder or anything else, because there's things that are important all the way around. The battery door, the little door for the charger, the buttons you use, more buttons over here, the view screen. So there's nowhere to put this little magnet on here. But if I put it on this little foot here, I can put the camera in here, connect that in there, stick this to the windshield, stick this on here with the magnet, and then turn this around however I need it. So that's a pretty cool little product there. And I have 2 of those. So I'll be able to use one over here and one over here on the windshield. So I'll have both cameras pointing out the sides. That's how I'll solve that problem. Another thing I picked up today, we have a store called Mark's in my area. It's like a discount store. They have things that were not necessarily returned to the stores, but just didn't sell in the first place. Little off-brands of things. This is a brand called ONN, O-N-N. You may have heard of that before. They make little accessories for these cameras and stuff. And this is a 67-inch monopod. It's almost like a selfie stick. It's got a little screw on the top there where you can connect any of your cameras. and a handle right here, obviously. And then you just let these loose, and you can expand this out to 67 inches. Now, the way that this works, it's not really a selfie stick. You could hold it with your camera on top. You could hold it out. You could, do whatever you want to, reach way up here and extend this pole. Like, sometimes I come up to abandoned buildings, and there's a window that's way up high that I can't reach. I could put my camera on there and then reach it way up there to film in. And I wouldn't see what's in there until after I get home and look at the footage, but I could do that. But the way it's really supposed to work is, there's that little point on the bottom there. You basically expand it, you put your camera on the top, and then you plant that in the ground to hold it still. You'll see guys standing on the side of the football field when you're watching pro games, and they'll have a big pole like this with a camera on top, and that's what they're doing. It's like to kind of stabilize it. So that was only $3 at Mark's. That was a steal for that product. I don't know how often I'll actually use it, but for $3 I couldn't pass it up. The other thing I got at Mark's today is awesome, and it's this right here. It's a bendable tripod. You may have heard of like a GorillaPod. That's basically what this is, but GorillaPod is just a higher brand and they cost a lot more. I got 2 of these for $3, and this is what it is right here. It's a tripod that you can bend these legs to fit whatever situation you need it to fit. It'll sit down like this, or, if I needed to, you can wrap it around stuff. See, it's wrapped around my arm there. You could wrap it around a tree. You could wrap it around a fence. Anything you want to. I showed you guys these before. These big industrial twist ties. And how I would twist my camera around that and then use that to twist around, the tree branches or the fences or something like that. Well, this is the same concept here. Only it's a little bit better because it has this mount on top that actually holds your camera. And you see this twists and this twists, and you can, everything is positionable. So it's a really good little product, and, you can use it in a million different places. So for $3, you can't go wrong. It's just a cheaper version of a GorillaPod, and I bought 2 of these. So if I want to use this to get like some shots of me up at the barn from kind of far away, I can just take this over and set it in the grass right there, position the camera, and then go on about my business over at the barn while it films me at the barn. That's just a few awesome things I've been picking up to add to my arsenal of, camera equipment and that. I'm trying to make these videos the best I can. I don't really want them to be 100% professional. If they don't have kind of that little human element in there of like a bump every now and then, like I said, when I was holding the camera out like this and you hit a bump and it kind of goes like this, I think that kind of helps to add to it and give it that little human element and let people feel a little bit more like they are actually there with me on the trip. And I really like to have little things like that in the videos. That's why I didn't, like in the first episode, you see where I had like all the little animations and I did a lot of voiceovers and things like that. That's why I don't do that in every single episode, because I want to have that human element. I want it to be more like people are riding along with me in the car and seeing what I'm seeing around me and discovering the barn with me. I don't know, and the cool thing about all this is that once I'm done with the barns, then I'll have all this stuff to use for different videos and, just keep on building and making my videos better. Because let's face it, you can never have enough cameras when you're surrounded by duck friends. Alright guys, I'm going to let you go. I just wanted to talk about that stuff for a little bit because that's what was on my mind. I know that when I'm making videos like this, it's not really all that interesting to kids, and I know that there are a handful of kids who watch. So kids, I will be back with some more fun kids stuff very soon. More duck friends and horse friends and cow friends and whatever kind of friends you can think of. But yeah, every once in a while there's going to be a video like this. So don't give up on me. I will be back with more fun. Guys, wherever you're waking up, whatever time it is, make the best of your day. Do something for somebody else, pay it forward, and let's make this world a better place. I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.